What's going on, everybody? Excuse me. Good night. Good night. Good night. It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia, and I should be asleep, but I thought I would just come on right quick and give. I know a lot of my people be night owls, so and it's still early on the West Coast. A lot of y'all over there. I'm getting more viewership out west, but yeah, I thought I would come on right quick and give you this word. There are a few people saying, "Oh, I wish I could take the credit mentorship with you." And I misspoke earlier this week because I said it was a credit class or a credit course. And that is more of a do it on your own. Like when you do a class or a course, usually you pay, the person gives you a login, and then it is what it is. With a mentorship or more like coaching, that means you're on with the person live and they're in real time addressing your issues, your concerns. Usually in the Q&A portion afterward, it's much more personalized. This is good because usually when you're meeting with a person, you tend to keep that appointment and you're getting real time feedback. Like, for example, if you guys ever took an online college course, you remember when those online college courses started? Hey, Annie Taylor, what's going on? I gave you a buzz today. I don't know if you saw my text. Um, but yeah, after I picked up the little one, I was in mommy mode for a while and then, but hey Kiana, what's going on, lady? How you doing? But yeah, when I remember when I was in college and I took like face to face classes, right? And then I took online classes and I was like, oh, this is going to be so much better. I don't have to go to the campus, pay for parking, da 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 da. But I'm sorry, y'all. That's my son like snorting in his sleep. but yeah, so I was like, oh, online classes are going to be so much better. And in one respect, they were, do it your own time, but it sucked that when I had a question, I had to wait on the teacher to see my question. And then half the time when they responded, it was so short that I had to respond back. It was like such a communication delay that I was like, oh, these online classes are not as beneficial as I thought they would be as far as my learning and comprehension. Beneficial in other areas, but not beneficial in the ways that matter the most, right? So that is a clear distinction between buying a course and buying a mentorship. So what I'm doing, and it's going to be next week, Wednesday, what I'm doing is a mentorship, meaning we'll be on together and we'll go through the material together. What if I can't make it in, at the time that you designate, Kim? Well, then you will get the recording, but I will still try to have multiple things, like Q&A sessions to meet. Right now, I have one person in there. One. And guess what? That's all I need. I've told you guys this before. When I do something, I never create something beforehand because as much as people tell me they want stuff, people can tell you anything with their mouth. I only pay attention to what they tell me with their money. I've had a lot of people say they're interested or they're trying to get their money together, but actually enrolled only one person. So guess what? Good for them. Because if it's just them, that means they get all my time. That doesn't mean I cancel. That means they get all of my time. If it's just two, they get all of my time. And that's huge because when I have done like private power sessions, I've charged $200 and had people pay it, by the way, $200 for 1 hour. So the mentorship really is a steal and a deal. And the reason why I did it, I just have to reiterate this, guys. The reason why I did it is because there's so many people that are so unknowing about stuff. Hey, what's going on? Shaba on the beat. Shaba on the beat. All right. Peace and love, goddess. Oh, I like it when y'all call me. I like it when you call me up, goddess. In my Biggie Smalls voice. All you have to do is go to hellokimilly.com and then you click on the Credit Crushers. There will be a link and it will say Credit Crushers. I'll show you shortly. But the reason why I did this, guys, is because there are so many. Actually, let me just go ahead and show you now. But there are so many people who don't know about credit. And I see people who want to get into the consumer protection stuff. But y'all, some people are literally Like, they're making fools of themselves with the consumer protection stuff because they don't even have the foundation of the credit stuff. So when they go to enforce their rights, they're saying things that don't make sense, citing hold on one second. Oh, wait, no, it's not that. Why do I always forget how hold on one second, y'all. Share screen. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. Okay. Yeah, they're saying things that don't make sense. They're citing a violation in one part of the law, but then trying to get remedy from another part of the law, you just shot yourself in the foot when you do that. Because you let the attorneys for that collection agency know, for that company know that you don't know what you're doing. Because you're mixing and matching things that don't go together. So it's not that, oh, this stuff doesn't work. It's that you don't know what you're doing. And usually that is a result of people trying to get a whole bunch of free information online, and they're getting it from different sources, and they don't have the whole picture. They just have 1,000 puzzle pieces, but they don't have the box lid with the big picture. So to answer your question, you would go to hellokimilly.com. It takes you to this, and then you click on the Credit Crushers mentorship form and you fill it out. I said in the previous video, I was like, I'm not cheap, but my coach actually let me know you actually are. If you don't have a comma in there, you're very cheap. And then he was like, how much have you spent on your credit education? Ooh, that was a good question. Because I was like, man, since 2020, y'all, I've done so many mentorships and stuff because I never ask anybody to do stuff that I haven't done. And he made a good point. So actually, I am cheap, but that won't be for long. I want to show y'all something though. I really want to show y'all something. I put up a post the other day. I'm share this tab instead. I put up the post the other day. It got great feedback. And I said, I don't mean to step on nobody's toes. Man, I have quite the delay. Hold on one second. Let me go back to StreamYard right quick. Hey, Alice Lewis, what's going on? How you doing, sis? See, I knew I had a bunch of night owl friends. But yeah, I put up this post the other day. And I said, I don't mean to step on anybody's toes, but if you got a 750 credit score and a 750 hourly wage, you probably still ain't going to get nothing but a finger hut account. Stop worrying about just your FICO score and start having more conversations about increasing value to the marketplace so we can get more pay. And guys, that's really the name of the game. You need both. You need both. You need more money and you need more education about your credit. And here is why. Because even if you quote unquote fix your credit, if you don't have the money to substantiate a loan, and don't start talking consumer protection laws to me, because like I said, most people don't even know how to enforce them. So don't come with all this, well, what is a loan? Well, what is money? Okay, I will tell y'all this. Like I said, I've taken many mentorships. I don't care about most of these people online. The real deal Holyfield people that are doing this are in those mentorships, and they're not online because they don't have to be, and they don't want to deal with the masses because they know that usually most people do not take this stuff seriously. They just go from one person to the next, like I said, piecemealing everything and not taking it seriously. So the people who do take it seriously, they are in very small groups with other people who take it seriously, who have a specialty that they don't. So we're not going to do what's a loan? What's credit? You don't need credit anyway. Maybe you don't. But I'm a single parent and I like a life of ease. I am not trying to fight a fight. I'm fighting enough fights. I'm not trying to fight unnecessary battles. I'd rather just learn the rules of the game and play to win. Okay? So, yeah. If you have credit education, but not money, you're not going to get approved for stuff. And if you have money, but your credit sucks, you better have a whole lot of money, because you will need it for all of the missed opportunities, for all of the egregious interest rates that you're going to pay. It's just, you will be wasting money. So you better have a lot of it. You really need both of them, y'all. And there was somebody in the comments that really tried to come for, not me, but somebody, because they were like, who makes $750 an hour anymore? That wasn't, first of all, that wasn't the point of the post. Second of all, there are people who still make that, y'all. I don't know if y'all are aware of that, but there are people, as much as we're struggling, many of us still got it real good. So there are people that are making beneath $10 an hour. And if you look at this, I can show this because the person put it on my page. It's a public forum. But this person posted, my son has a 786 score and is on SSI. For those of you who don't know, that's Social Security. Got one credit card and paid it off timely. Can he get a car or a furniture loan? No. They still have his income, which is a Social Security income. And funny, if someone tries, they think fraud is happening. Exactly. If her son tries to get something, they're suspicious because they're like, hold up, bump your score, this income, because his credit file is not built out. It's not built out. There are a certain number of components you need for a fully built out credit file, y'all, to make it well-rounded, right? Just like you want to date a well-rounded person, it's the same thing with your credit file, okay? You meet a girl, you meet a guy, and they're fine, but they're dumb as a bag of rocks. They're not well-rounded, right? They just look good, but they stupid. It's a pig with lipstick, right? So, as this person said, it is good to have a decent credit score. And I appreciated them for posting that, because a lot of people do not know that. They are so busy chasing the score. And guess what? When most people attain the score, they usually can't maintain the score if they don't have the money. Because credit is a funny thing. You would think that like paying off a car would be great for you, right? Well, not necessarily. Some of y'all are trying to get your I want my student loans off my credit report. Really? Really? If it's not a derogatory trade line, you might not. Because for many of you, your student loans is your longest aged trade line. And believe it or not, when those students' loans go, you're only looking at the dollar amount of the debt going. You're not looking at the age dropping to hell, to the depths of hell. Excuse me. You're not thinking about the fact that most lenders know you ain't paying no student loans no way. So they don't even, again, unless it's shown as derogatory, they don't even count it like other stuff. Otherwise, none of us will have nothing just about, because all of us got crazy student loans. But these are the things that you do not know. And some of the stuff, as it relates to your credit file, your credit score, doesn't even make sense. It really doesn't make sense that you pay your car off and your score in any way, shape, or form could drop. It doesn't make sense that you could have a credit card and you be fully cash and not use the credit card, and then they penalize you for not using the credit card. It really doesn't even make sense. Huh? No, and then what do they say? Well, we can't tell how good you are with credit if you're not using it. What? But guess what? That's how it works, folks. That's how it works. That's why anybody who really understands the credit game will tell you, put a little subscription on there, put a little Netflix on there, put a little something on there, and then keep a little 1% balance. Have something on there. These are the things that most people do not know, and it's killing you. And it's killing you. Well, hey, Carl. Oh, some more people done come in. She said, eat less and watch a good movie, go for a walk, drink, dance in your room for 8 hours. That's free. The delay. I don't even know what she's talking about. Preach, sis. I'm trying to have church early. Okay. Annie Taylor said, I broke that down. 15 per hour is minimum wage pay. $7.50 per half hour is 15 per hour. That is not a minimum wage raise. Man, yeah, it's true. They're paying $7.50. Y'all don't understand. There are like, I can always tell when people just exist in their bubble. And I'm grateful for the internet, although sometimes I'm not going to lie, I don't like it because it's taxing on my headspace. Some of the things that people inbox me and some of the things that people say, it can be draining. But I'm grateful for the internet because I talk to a lot of people. And because I talk to so many people, it's evident when I speak to a person who does not interact with a lot of people because they only exist in their little world, in their little bubble, and you can't tell them nothing different. Everything is predicated on what them, they mama, they daddy, they boyfriend, they girlfriend, and they cousins and their co-workers do. They have like a little 30-mile radius from their home, and that's their world. Bump the real world. You can't tell them no different. So I just leave them be. I just leave them be. Again, you didn't get. Oh wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't leave a voice message, Annie, because I don't like my voice on voicemails. And even though I'm not the one that's listening to it, I just have a thing about that. I never leave voicemails. I'd be like, they'll see it on the call log. Or I text, but I don't know why you didn't get my text. Okay. Um, hey Amanda. She said, I love these lives, you on fire. What's going on, Amanda? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I like doing lives too. I really need to do more of them. Um, but it's been a lot going on, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Regardless of whether you take the mentorship, and guess what? Even if you don't do it with me, but you do it with somebody else, take the mentorship, that is, that's fine. I just want y'all to buckle down and get serious about your life. And if money is an issue, please, I'm gonna ease your mind right now. Money is not an issue. You know why? Because it's going to cost you more not to take it than it's going to cost you to take it. What do you mean, Sway? But how, Sway? Simple. Guys, there's things going on around you every single day that you don't even know about. You do not even know about these things, okay? And it's costing you money. Your ignorance is costing you so much money. This right here, I'm gonna share this tab. This is an old post from a while ago. And this was in a lot of blogs. There was an apartment complex where the landlord actually put out a bulletin board with every single apartment number, and they circled the apartments that still owed rent, that were late on the rent. Y'all, that is a clear privacy that there's so many violations in that, it's not even funny. And I bet you the people in those apartments did not know. They didn't know. And I don't care if you are in the wrong, it doesn't give somebody else the right to violate you. That's like saying, well, she came in the club wearing that short skirt, so of course I could touch her butt. How freaking ridiculous is that? Okay, well, it's the same thing that's going on with your credit report. Maybe you were late. Maybe your account did go to collections. Maybe whatever happened. Does that give them the right to misreport your information? Absolutely not. Maybe you're late on the rent. Does that give your landlord the right to put a bulletin board outside for every single person driving on that street, for your neighbors, for the people who come to visit you, to see that you're late on your rent? Abso-freaking-lutely not. And again, I bet you each person in this apartment complex has no clue that they were violated. Or even if they do, they don't know what to do about it. So the people that I really want to talk to are not the people that are going over here, going over there, and making a gumbo of credit information and consumer laws. You got some people right now telling you it's fine to buy trade lines. I do not agree with that at all. Right? I have people asking me all the time, well, so-and-so said, and I just politely say, okay, go with them. I'm not here to defend myself or to tell you that somebody else is wrong. Y'all ain't gonna get me started in no dang on YouTube internet war. Are you crazy? I don't have time for that. Then you go back to the other person and say, Kim Millie said, no. I don't, I don't fight. I don't fight now. No. I'm gonna share this testimonial with y'all. Speaking of apartments. So I always test out stuff first. And let me go back right quick and check something. Okay, she said send it again. Okay, I will talk that they've been banking on our ignorance. We don't know what we don't know until we know it. Kiana, oh my gosh. Okay, so look at this. Look at this I'm about to show y'all. So I test out stuff. I had a group of friends. As I was acquiring this information, I got them together and I said, hey, believe it or not, y'all, I was sharing my expertise for free. Do you know I still had people who were like, oh, I don't have the time. I was like, okay, girl. All right, whatever. But the friends who jumped in the WhatsApp group with me for free, I gave them information I paid for free. And look here, one of my friends, she said, hi, Kim. My testimony is this. After removing the secondary credit bureaus from my son's account, he was able to get an apartment on his own. The apartment complex could not find his credit history and just gave him a chance. Before opting him out, he was getting denied left and right. Y'all think I just be up here cracking jokes with y'all? I crack jokes so that y'all stay for the boy. I give y'all the fun stuff so that y'all will stay for the boring stuff. She said, my 30-day goal is to clean up my contact info like name, address, work history. I also need to apply for more credit to prepare for business credit. I have one major credit card. Yeah, that's a no-no. We want more than one major credit card. I need to understand which cards to apply to first, Navy, Federal, and right? So I told her, wow, now this is someone who, because of her information, now I know her, she makes good money, she got good credit. She can build it out more, as you can see. But sometimes the information that you're getting for you is not for you. It's for the people you're attached to. So because she was plugged into this group, I had given a training earlier. You guys, most of you, not all of you, like Amanda, she knows about the secondaries, but most of you only know about the primary credit bureaus. Y'all don't know about the secondary. Y'all have no clue. Reading this right now is like hieroglyphics to you. You don't even know what's going on. And then even if you know what the secondary bureaus are, you don't know how to contact them. You don't know how to do any of the stuff that she did. So her son was getting denied left and right. Do you know what happens when you get denied an apartment? Anybody care to share? Either you get a co-signer or you homeless. You living with your parents. Now I'm sure she loved her son, but she probably didn't want him to live with her. And that creates a whole nother set of problems, y'all. And somebody could say, well, why did he have bad stuff on his apartment? Y'all, sometimes an eviction on your your record isn't even an eviction that went through. Sometimes it's just an eviction that was filed. And even if they took it off the courthouse steps, it could still report on your credit as the eviction being filed. Because once it goes to the court, it's public record. There was a lawyer who literally said that happened to her. She didn't know that an eviction was on her thing. And it was from years ago when she was much younger, and the eviction didn't go through because she was able to pay up her mortgage in enough time, but it was still reporting on her file. So again, just because it's there doesn't mean it should be there. So these are the things that I'm talking about. How much do you think she would have paid for this information that I gave her for free? And here's the crazy thing. What most people will do is they will wait till they're in a bind. They'll wait until, hey, what's going on? Moby Ben and Ashura L. Show enough right, love. Ooh, you write like I do. And you write and talk like I do. I like that. But I mean, y'all, what most people do, like I said, and I had to learn this the hard way. It cost me more for my ignorance than it cost me to pay for my knowledge. In 2018, I divorced. 1 week, 1 week after the divorce was final, my car broke down. The car that I was awarded in the divorce broke down. For a year, my son and I walked everywhere. My thighs were in shape, but but we walked. And I'm in the country. In 2019, I got a car. Now, credit shot from the divorce. So I get my car. I'm so happy that I was able to get a car because I'm tired of walking, right? Since my credit was shot, I didn't get the car on the most favorable terms. Interest rate was through the roof. A year later, 2020, that's when I started on my credit knowledge journey. Okay. And I learned some things and I have repaired my credit somewhat, at least enough to get it refinanced about a year and a half after I bought the car. That dropped my payment over $100 a month, y'all. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because had I had the knowledge in 2020, had the knowledge that I got in 2020, had I had that in 2019 and applied it before I got the car, I think it was like 125. 125 times 12 months. How much money is that, class? Huh? 125. I'm sorry, it was a year and a half because I got the car in June and then I refinanced it December of the following year. So 125 times 18 months, that's $2,250 that I paid for my ignorance. $2,250 that I paid for my ignorance, an ignorance tax. They made $2,250 off of me. That was my ignorance turned into their income. And that's just on the car. That's just on the car. So imagine all the people that have multiple credit cards. There are people out here right now who don't know how to build credit, and they're going out there getting a secured card that has a $300 limit and a $100 yearly fee and a $7 monthly fee. As soon as they get the card, they already at what? They got $300 limit, $100 annual fee. As soon as you get the card, they slap the annual fee on it. Before it even comes to you in the mail, you already done used up a third of your credit line. And you think you're building credit. You think that's the only way to build credit. Why? Because you don't know what you don't know. And you got a booty card that'll never turn into an unsecured card and never give you a line higher than 500. It's ridiculous. It does not have to be that way. Rock, what about an eviction that you never went to court for and never seen a judge? The courts signed my name on the documents that I was not aware of. See, all of this is stuff. I appreciate you asking the question. It can happen. These are questions that can't be answered on YouTube, though. I'm going to be honest with you, Rock, because you know what? There's so many layers to this. What's your county? What's the laws? Do you have proof that they signed your name? Do you have your records? There were some people that paid me $200 an hour to talk to me about a situation. When I would ask them for a copy of the contract, they didn't even have the contract. When they would tell me certain things like, they said they would do this, I would be like, okay, cool, send me the email. Oh, I didn't get it in writing. Okay, send me the audio recording. Oh, so wait a minute now. What you're telling me you have no proof of? So how are we going to enforce? How would you begin to enforce something that you have no proof of? And see, I'm happy Rock posted this though, so y'all can see for yourselves that they do. Okay. So he's posting things. Oakland County, Michigan. I'm not in Michigan. Like state and county laws are really crazy, right? And they differ greatly. Yes, you have the contact. So what you would need to do, Rock, and I'm just going to be honest with you, you need to seek out, like, I would definitely pursue that. It won't be easy, but you need to talk to a specialist in your area, somebody who is familiar with the laws, the like I said, the state statutes and your area specifically, and who can help you with that, because you should be definitely do some remedy. If you're talking about just removing it off of your report so that it doesn't, so that like if you go to get another apartment, that eviction is not showing, then this testimony that's on the screen tells you how to do that. So you would have to look into the secondary bureaus and then opt out and go through a process of contacting them, disputing it, whatever the case may be. And one of these secondaries just got in huge trouble. What, November of 2022? We're going to talk about this in the mentorship. They just got in huge trouble, literally had to pay millions of dollars. And so right now they are very lenient when you dispute something with them, because they just got in hot trouble for misrepresenting information on our files. And yeah, these are things that y'all need to know. But I have, and this is the thing that y'all don't understand too. When you come on YouTube, this is a public forum. So I couldn't even help y'all as much as I wanted to. If I could, I can't. Because anybody can look at your video and be like, oh, you're on here giving legal advice. By the way, nothing I say is true. Nothing I say is legal advice. Nothing I say is nothing. I'm just a country girl in the country sitting here having fun. If you take it seriously, that's on you. Okay, there's my disclaimer. So yeah, y'all will really want to get in smaller rooms where people can have bigger mouths. That's what I would say to do, for real. But in the meantime, in between time, the thing that's so sad that I see is that a lot of people do not look up this stuff. They are not proactive with it. I'm not talking, let me take Rock down, because I'm not talking about Rock right now. I'm not talking about anybody specifically. But thank you for sharing that, Rock, because again, I've had people come at me saying, you up here telling people how not to pay their bills. That's shady. You're a fraudster. You shouldn't allow people to think they can get away with robbing people because it's going to, what? Everything that's you're making a statement like that assumes that everything that's on the credit report is true. And it's not. It is not. Credit reporting is such a business. The bureaus ain't even federal agencies. Debt collection agencies, they're not even what y'all think they are. It's crazy. Like, you can literally Google. Did y'all know this? You can literally Google how to start a collection agency. It's insane. There are people who have, let me go back to my screen so I can make sure that I'm sharing. Let me see here. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, all right. The delay is still delaying. But yeah, what do you do to start a debt collection agency? There was a line in here that really cracked me out. Look at this. Look at this right here. This trips me out. It is not required for anyone to start this business has a degree in finance, economics, business, or mathematics. But it will be highly beneficial if they do. You don't say. As is a previous experience in this field. So do you understand that line? For someone to start a debt collection agency, they don't need no degree. They don't even need experience in the field. Hello? All you got to do is fog up a mirror and you can start a debt collection agency. And y'all out here, the minute they call, y'all acting like they're going to huff and puff and blow the house down. When really it's nothing more than a house of cards. So if you think they are not violating you, I don't even care if it's a lawyer and they went to law school. There's a guy who is he was one of the like co-mentors for the arbitration mentorship that I took July of last year. He's in Oklahoma. And he was representing clients, basically people that cannot speak for themselves because they don't know the stuff like he does. So he was acting as an attorney, in fact. Now, actual lawyers, actual attorneys were sending him like cease and desist, trying to say, you can't represent these people because you're not an attorney. And he was going toe to toe with them and showing them the law where he could. Man, when I say these attorneys were so pissed because guess what? The state of Oklahoma said he's right. When you know, you know. So imagine being a lawyer, passing the bar, and then having this black man in Oklahoma say he's not an attorney, but he's acting as an attorney, in fact, on behalf of another person that your company has violated, and then he comes in there and roasts your butt. Do you know how pissed I would be if I were a lawyer? That's why they wanted to stop him, but they couldn't. Why? Because the law is the law. And when you know, you know. You show up proof all the time. Facts. I try to show proof all the time but I'm also not just showing proof. Like, I literally have hours and pages and pages and pages and videos and notes and timestamps and things that most people will never accumulate. You know why? Because they don't have the type of time that I have. That's why when they say they don't have the money, I'm like, damn, you got a double whammy here. You got a double whammy here, baby. Because we all know you need either time or money to get out of your situation. Pick a struggle. But if you don't have the time, your butt better be rich. You better be rich. Don't tell me you ain't got you. Don't tell me you working 80 hours and still broke. I want you to think about that. Because at some point, your body's going to tire. And if you working 80 hours, you working so many hours, Kim, all I can do is work, come home, go to sleep, and get up and do it again. Well, you got a problem. Because at some point, you're not going to be able to do that. And if you don't have enough money to start working your way out of your situation right now, if you don't have enough money to not save but invest, then what are you gonna do when your body breaks down on you? And you don't have the energy, you don't have the health, you don't have the stamina to work those hours anymore. Now what? Is that when your children come in and you emotionally blackmail? I took care of you all my life. Now it's your turn. What? It's not a tag team wrestling match. What are you talking about? You had a lot of pleasure and created that child. Nowhere in the deal, when they were swimming to your egg, did they agree to take care of you. I'm saying all this stuff, y'all, because y'all don't know the inboxes that I get and the messages that I get. And like I said, I've tried it the free way. It don't work. It doesn't work. Because we're not talking about baking a cake here, y'all. We're talking about information, layers and layers and layers upon layers of information, and things that, again, a lot of it doesn't even make sense when you're talking about the credit. It's crazy. I want to show y'all something else. Let me see here. What will happen if I do this? Let me see something right quick. Okay, cool. So I'm going to share this tab. Now, this tab is very, very interesting when it comes up on y'all's side. I had a community text list. Again, it was free last year. I gave tons of information, and there was someone who actually took one of the tips. See, I have stuff. I'm in groups. I'm in areas. I've seen things that y'all don't even know about. And if you try to do it on your own, like, we're talking about hours upon hours of me just going through stuff, archiving stuff for later reference. Maybe not for me, but for other people that I come into contact with. And I shared this. If you were in my community text list, you got this. You got a link to this. A lot of people, about 3,000 people got a link to this. Y'all, again, that was so crazy. Because the community text list, when I was doing those videos, I was like, join my list. It's free. And people were like, stop sending me messages. I'm getting off. What? You signed up to get information, then you got mad when I gave you information? Well, I don't want this much. Like, you sending something for every day. While some people were grateful, other people actually had an attitude. I was like, wow, I'm not your personal concierge. Like, I say, get on the list. Well, if you get on the list, it's my terms. Not get on the list and then tell me a schedule to send stuff to you that you what? I'm telling you, the most expensive people to serve are people for free. But somebody took one of the um what you call it? They took one of these letters and they eliminated their student loans. And in their case, because it was reporting negatively, it was a win for them. So yeah, there's just template upon template here that you can download and use. I would not ever suggest using a template word for word verbatim, and I know some people will still do it, and that's why they'll have their stuff denied or sent back, or they'll get a letter saying we need proof that you are a real person, and then they'll be like, what, why you're using a template verbatim. But it's good to have a framework, an outline, right? um but yeah, this was something that I shared for free in that group, and it helped somebody erase their student loans off of they used one of these templates, and it helped them erase their student loans off of their credit report. Now I want to ask you, how valuable do you think that was? Just curious, how valuable do you think that was to them? And again, my only point in saying this, y'all, is that I want you to think about that when you say you can't afford something. Kiana said, where was I when it was free? Law, I know, right? I hate it when that happens to me too. Girl, I hate it when it happens to me. Because there's some things that I've come across and I'll reach out to the person and be like, hey, I'm trying to get into your such, and they like, I don't do it no more. I'll be like, please. But I understand, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This year, I am really, really working hard to get to the point where y'all see me less and less. I ain't even gonna hold you. I am working very hard because social media is a trip, and it's becoming more and more. Annie Taylor, you'll get this. It's becoming more and more a trip every single day. And it's not good for your headspace. It's not good for your relationships in real life. It's not good for your family. The other night, my son and I played Uno. I can't remember the last time we did that. And we had such fun. We had such fun. I got 5 more years with this boy before the world says that he's legally an adult. He'll still be my baby, but I got 5 more years with him. I got to make it count. I'm not trying to miss moments fooling up with crazy people on the internet. Not y'all, because I love y'all. I'm talking about them other fools. But yeah, Kiana, that was last year. And girl, when I say that thing was rocking and rolling, ooh, it grew from like 100 people to 3,000 in like 3 months. It was a very active community, so much so that when community raised their prices, it went that service that I provided for free was costing me $200 a month. Then it went to like $300 a month. And then community called me one day and was like, hey, for you to keep your current plan, it's going to be like $1,000. I was like, $1,000? And they were like, yeah, for the volume that you're doing, we just changed. And I said, oh, heck no. And I did like a closeout Zoom with everybody on the list because we had become like family. And Kiana, it was so crazy because we really had become family. It's funny, somebody emailed me the other day, and they were like, I remember the closeout Zoom you did. Do you know we were on there for, no lie, we were on there for like 12 hours. It was crazy. I was like, hey, everybody, this is my last month using the Zoom since the price increased, but I want to say bye to y'all. Y'all know I'm a loner. So the people I connect with. But I was like, I want to say bye to y'all. Let's have a Zoom tonight. And I didn't think anybody would get on. Man, we had people from Alaska, people from everywhere, and everybody was just on there like, oh my gosh, that's you, looking at each other and like, oh, putting faces with names. It was so cool. And everybody had so much going on and so much knowledge. We were literally on there for 12 hours. And I didn't even like really, really realize it. When the sun came up over here, I was like, what the hell? That was crazy. Hey, Tim, man, what's going on? It's been a minute. They're crazy, man. People be people, and delete them, sis. Don't fuss with them. It's not worth your time. I know what you're saying. It's just that, And I do. I like my block game is strong. But once you see something, your gates are very powerful. Your ear gate, your eye gate. When you see something and you hear something, you cannot unsee or unhear it. Right? So when you have somebody saying, "Oh, you're out here not paying your bill," instead of you paying, not trying to learn how to not pay your bills, you need to go get a real job and not be a bad role model to your child. Mother, mother fudger, who the fudge are you talking to? You see what I'm saying? Like that ish kind of gets to you. Or when you have somebody saying, "You always in them books and the computer, that's why you can't get a man." Like, mother fudger, who the fudge are you talking? You don't know the kind of heads I turn when I step on them screens. No, I'm just playing. And I know, it could be bots. It could be, just, somebody in their mom's basement and their hand is their best friend. But you still see it and it still bothers you. Just for if you're not a robot, if you're a human being, it's still like, I don't need this thing. You know what I'm saying? And y'all have no clue how much of that you get when you put yourself out there. But I do delete, and it doesn't sizzle in my spirit for too long. But I do clench my jaw a little bit. That's why I got that strong jawline. Let me stop. You can give me a list every day, please. I know, right, Annie Taylor? The things that people complain about is just insane. I can have somebody on my video, they'll be like, "You ramble, you talk too much." Ain't nobody told you to stay here. How did you get hit? Go carry your butt on to another channel. Then it'll be somebody else. It'll be like, "You didn't explain in enough detail how to do such and such." So you can't please folk. Someone crazy. "Hey, peace, have a good day. I haven't seen you in a while." She said, "I made it to a live." I know, right? I just pop up like a jack in the box. I have to update my phone number. Been getting hacked, so I had to change it. What's the number so I can get your emails again? I don't do the thing anymore. I don't do the thing the community text anymore. The best way to reach me now is to go to hellokimilly.com and you can email me from there. It's a link to my email. That's what the other person did who was on the community. Like, I still keep in touch with some people from the community list. A lot of them were really, really a blessing to me last year when I was, like in a bad place. And they checked on me and we talked and we powwow, exchanged ideas, all that good stuff. Very valuable. Good. I'm happy you found this valuable. Been working on my status correction, sis. See, now you way, way, way ahead of me. Way, way, way ahead of me. But congratulations on that. As long as you're doing it with somebody that you trust or you've done the groundwork, if you like it, I love it. Okay. Dang, that was I'm such a nerd and a dork, but that was like one of the most memorable things ever because like we can never get that moment back in time again. And some of the things that people like I said, putting faces to name and seeing people and some of the things that were shared on that, all of us that were on the Zoom were like, this is special. Hey, what's going on? Nefertiti, haven't seen you in a minute. How are you in baby? Those type of people piss me off. Girl, for real. Yes, I don't know what's wrong with them. I know, it's just, you know what? A lot of people are hurt. A lot of people are self-absorbed. And I always try to remember a time when, and I still get in my feelings sometimes too. And I try to remember one of the 4 agreements is don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. But I'm not going to lie, y'all. When you're living in your bubble, and you don't have money and you don't have knowledge and you really do be feeling, you get on Instagram and you look at people in Dubai and Thailand and stuff, you start to get a complex. Not you, but a lot of people start to get a complex like, this is not fair. I've been doing all this stuff, and they start to think that people owe them, and they start to operate with that mentality, so that when they reach out to you, it's not with a humble attitude like, hey, I need clarification on what you said at point. So it's like, hey, you got a bunch of good videos, but I don't have time to watch them all. Call me. I need to ask you something. Come again, friend? Who the fudge are you talking to? If you think I'm going to get out of mommy mode with my son to call your ungrateful butt, baby, I cut people out loud. They're jealous in many ways. Sis, for real. I've learned to cut people out of my life, so I know what you mean. Yeah, I've learned to do that too. Like I said, y'all would be surprised at how much I keep to myself. People who know me in real life know my girl Candy B. Like when we go out in public, she's always like, "Fix your face, Kim. Fix your face." Because I don't have a stank face, but I just be like, "Oh, it's people." I'd be like, "Oh, it's too many people." You would think that I would be like standing in the middle of a circle talking. Nope. I'm in a corner like, I want to stay away from the people. I'm still crazy. Yes, I am. And y'all know what is so crazy? I lie to you not. I went to Publix the other day because I'm bougie like that. So I went to Publix. I can't stand Walmart. I went to Publix, and this was when my son was sick last week. I had a hoodie on, and I just ran out right quick because I needed to get something specific, like to make a concoction for him. And I'm in dang on Publix, like I'm just running in and out, just running in and out. And I'll go down this aisle, and this guy goes, "I know you." And I said, "No, you don't." I lied to y'all not, because I was just like, "I don't go nowhere. He doesn't know me." I said, "No, you don't." He was like, "Yes, I do. I know you." I said, "No, you don't. I don't." I said, "I don't go anywhere." He said, "You're the YouTube girl." I said, "Y'all, I lied to you not. This is literally what I said to him." I said, "I want the ground to open up and swallow me right now." And he just bust out laughing. I was like, because I was just like, I said, "You cannot be serious." He was like, "Yeah, I see your consumer protection laws." And then he started showing me all his documents and contracts and stuff. He was super duper cool, really sweet. We took a picture because I was just like, "You got to be kidding me. You got to be freaking kidding me." In Poola, Georgia, sir. In Poola, Georgia. Do y'all know how small Poola, Georgia is? And that has happened to me before. It just tells you how big and small the world is. Oh, y'all are fine. That's good. Happy New Year, sis. You laughing at me? But yeah, guys, I'm just telling you. The point of my mentorship is to put the pieces together. I always go into a mentorship or a coaching, like, even if I learn one tip that makes me back the price of the course, I'm good. I've taken like coaching and mentorships, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I heard that at the last one. I heard that." So I'm not like doing a line item like, "What's my ROI to the T?" I'm just looking for, do I trust the person? Have they added value to me before I paid them? And do I think that they have enough value to give me a good return on my investment? That's what I'm looking at. And I'm telling y'all this, I can't believe we've been on here for almost an hour, but then again, I should, because that's how we usually do. Y'all be pulling me in as much as I be holding y'all. And then all the TikTokers be like, "You talk too much." Well, who told you to get over here? This is not your platform. Okay. How do you sign up? It's at Hello Camille. HelloCamille.com. And then you click Credit Crushers. Okay. And y'all, you gotta know this too, because some of y'all will like listen to people who say to do an AOT, affidavit of truth, and then you'll take that tip of doing an AOT and you'll mix it with a process from someone who doesn't do AOTs. And again, then you're wondering, "Well, it didn't work for me." You listening to too many different people, like. And I listen to different people, but not at the same time. Therefore, I can decipher what doesn't go together, right? It's like if you got a white friend and you got a black friend. No shade to my white and my black people. But if you got a white friend and you got a black friend, they might make macaroni and cheese two different ways, right? One might make it with raisins. And the other one might make it a totally different way. Don't nobody get offended, because I'm pulling from personal experience. So Tim, man, it's right here on. Oh, you might not be able to see it, but it's hello, Kimilli, Kimilli, Kim. I can't even spell it myself. Kimilli. That's it right there. But yeah, you don't want to mix processes. Litigation and arbitration is not the same. Some companies that you're trying to litigate have a clause for arbitration, and y'all don't know that, right? Think Nene Leakes. Remember when Nene left the Real Housewives and she was like, y'all racist, but she was with them all them years and she was perfectly fine with it, and she was like, bloop, right? But then when she got mad, she was like, y'all racist, and she said she was going to sue them. And then they were like, oh, Nene retracted the lawsuit. And everybody thought it was because she didn't have a case. No, it was not because of that. She retracted the lawsuit because legally she had to. Because in her contract that she signed with Bravo, there was an arbitration clause that said if anybody had a problem with the other person, they would go to arbitration first, not litigation. So she had to retract it. Most people still don't know that, and they think Nene was in the wrong. Not necessarily. But these are things that you need to know, right? Because if you have a credit card company that takes you to court and they have an arbitration clause, guess what? Now, instead of you running from the court and getting a default judgment, you can show up. Or when you file your answer, you can let them know, how did you get here? We're supposed to be in arbitration. Right now, they look like Bobo the Fool. You using their own card member agreement against them. Some of y'all are trying to litigate persons, and I say persons in the term, and legal persons, companies, corporations. Y'all trying to litigate persons that y'all should be trying to arbitrate. Why do they have an arbitration clause, Kim? Because litigation is public record. Arbitration is not. So when these credit card companies be out here acting a plumb dumb fool like they ain't got no home training, and then you call them on an ish, they don't want nobody to know that. These are things you need to know. I'm not using social anymore, but want to clean some things up on it. Okay. Interesting. You about to email me now? Okay. All right, cool. I know I have to respond to another email tonight. And yeah. I will see. You don't seem like you're gonna send no one sentence email, so I might not get to it tonight. Wow. Okay, is that a good wow? Peace, have a good day? Or is that well, wow is usually always good, right? I don't, because of the delay, I don't know what you're wowing to, but I'm assuming I gave you something that you could use. And again, guys, this is my point. Most of us have a job, we might have a spouse, we might have children. Therefore, the amount of free time that we have is not a lot. How long can you go spinning your wheels, doing things wrong before you give up? Because that is what they're counting on. So when you pay for stuff, when I pay for stuff, I'm paying to collapse time frames. I'm not worried about spending money as long as I'm saving time and piggybacking on someone else's expertise. And so far that plan, as long as I do my part, so far that plan has worked out pretty well for me. Pretty well. Take this down. I'm gonna show y'all, because Lord of mercy. Let me see. I'm gonna try to screen share again and just show y'all this, because we had some people that came in late. So yeah, when you go to hellokimilli.com, right? This.com, it's going to take you to the screen. You can join the free credit tips group right here. And that's a funny thing too, because I have the free credit tips group. Y'all, don't nobody say nothing unless I come in there and say boo. I was trying to give my expertise away for free again. when the text list went down. But nobody says anything. Nobody gives me feedback. Well, let me stop saying nobody. My son said not. He said, "Mommy, you should not say nobody and never. Those are absolutes, and that's not true. That's not true. Somebody did it." And I was like, "Dang, boy, you wise. Look at you, old smarty arty." But yeah, I started the group thinking I would put a few tips in there and then people would come and give me their feedback about how the tips work. It hasn't worked out like that. And I'm so disheartened. There's Nurse MJ is in there and she posts testimonials and a few people give me feedback. But most people just come in there and sit down and be like, hey, when does the show start? And I'm like, oh, what? This is supposed to be a community where we bounce ideas off of each other and y'all take the information and go out there. Go, little kitty. I mean, go, little birdie. Fly out the nest and spread your wings and then come back to the group and tell us how it went. And it's not working out like that, but I keep trying. But I'm not gonna lie, it kind of kills my vibe when I don't get feedback. So I know every group that I try to be a part of, I act like that's my group. Like I be in there like, what y'all doing today? Did y'all see such and such? Oh, thank you so much for this. I did it, and here's what I found. Here's what I learned. Here's what I saw. Most people don't do that though. So and it's so interesting because energy is neither created nor destroyed. In the groups that I'm a part of, when I do that, when I participate, oftentimes the moderators or the creators of the group will reach out to me and give me like valuable knowledge for free just because I'm participating. Like people do not understand how powerful it is for you to participate in your own rescue and for you to stand out amongst the masses. You got to stand out amongst the masses, y'all. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Um, okay. She, yes. Do any of their documents need to be notarized on our part? Ah, okay. So again, y'all, there's a delay. So I'm completely lost. When I come on here, y'all, and I think y'all kind of notice, but I got to try to help you understand. Like right now, if I put my headset in and I listen to me on Facebook, it is probably 30 seconds or something like behind. It's extremely behind. And I'm a Gemini. I be all over the place. Okay. And I talk in a total stream of consciousness. I don't have a script. I don't have an outline really. So I have no clue what you're talking about. Even if you're talking about something that I said, I have no clue what I said like more than 3 words ago. I'm so sorry. So when you say things like do any of the documents, are you talking about the template notarized on our part? Are you talking about the arbitration thing? Are you talking about the litigation thing? I don't know. Hey, hey, is that you? Nice salt and pepper if it is. Or is that an avatar? Is that a Linza? Let me stop acting like y'all really be putting up y'all's real pictures. Hello from the UK. What? Well, hello there. Hello there. Oh, see, this is the part of technology that I like. I'm connected to my friend across the pond. What? From Pula to the pond? That's what's up. I like it. I like it a lot. Their documents. Whose documents? Oh, okay. You were talking about for arbitration. Does it have to be notarized? When you go through arbitration, you go through AAA or you go through JAMS. So these are things that I didn't know about, and you'll want to go to their site and get not AAA like y'all used to, AAA like American Arbitration Association. I cracked myself up. And you can literally like start preparing this. Like here you go. See, I done clicked the thing and it's not even coming through yet to y'all. This is boom. That I mean, like it's that much of a delay. So yeah, jams, jam. Oh, jam, jam. Teddy, jam for me. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Jam just for tear the jam for me, yeah. All the little youngins, they like, is she having a seizure? Jam. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Where's the triple A? Jam. Jam. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, so yeah, y'all can check this out on your own free time, right? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. We them boys. Did I? Hold up, hold on. I gotta be careful because arbitration services, mediation, gem solutions. Yeah, I didn't even know about these things. If these things existing until the arbitration mentorship, which I didn't have the money for at the time, but you know what? I was like, I cannot not take this mentorship, and I'm so happy because they only offered it that one time, and all of us who took it July of last year, 2022, we're still in that group. They posting every single day in that group, and these people right here don't play. Oh my gosh, that's the best $1,000 I ever spent. Um, Let me go back because I can't see my comments when I'm sharing the tab this way. So yeah, the arbitration process is different than litigation, and there's, what is it called, rules of procedure when you go into court. A lot of times your stuff in court gets messed up, not because you don't have a case, but because you don't know the rules of evidence. You don't know the courtroom. Like, court is a it's designed not for the everyday person. It's designed for the lawyers and the judges. Like, justice is not always just, right? He said, take your time. That's what my granny used to tell me in church when I'd be singing the solo. Take your time. Take your time, Kimmy. Take your time. I already saw that. Okay. The legal term payment only applies to further commercial advancement of oil, natural gas, and minerals. Okay, see, now we got another we got another senior. See, you in the 8th grade. Some people in here in the kindergarten. I got you. But most of us not there yet. I got you though. But what I would love for more people to do is like and that may have been spawned by something that I said, so forgive me. Like, I'm not coming at you, but I don't want to lose people on my live. Not talking about them clicking off. I don't want to lose them mentally. Like, what? So I'm I got you. I'm just gonna say all that. Say that. Is it Gmail? What, my Gmail? Yeah. When you go to this, it should take you directly there, shouldn't it? Rod? Let me see something. I know I have my email symbol up here, and then it should. Oh wait. Let me just put it in the chat because I might have to check that link. It's acting kind of funky. Oh, Reese, now I'll mess it up. You love my British accent? I've been watching Harry and Meg thing on Netflix. The documents, the disputes. No, y'all, I have seen disputes. Let me. Some things have to be that way. Some things do not. But I will tell you this: a lot of times we overthink things. I have literally seen handwritten letters, and I showed this on one of my lives. It was so funny because there was this group that I was a part of, and a guy literally took a school, like his son's school paper, lined school paper. He wrote it in his own handwriting, and he addressed the company. In the first line, he wrote in big bold letters, "You know you done messed up, right?" I'm not even lying to you because he included a copy of the letter. Y'all, he got what he wanted. In that, he was like, y'all, you know you done messed up, right? This letter is written by such and such and such a uh pursuant to da 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 da. I called you, and he had all his facts straight. So it wasn't typed, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't formal, but you could tell reading that letter First of all, the letter wasn't a template. And you could tell reading that letter that he knew what he was talking about. Do y'all know that there are some people who have sent out multiple, like there was one girl, she posted, she had been disputing this credit card for 2 years. She tapped into the right person and she learned how to articulate herself correctly. And in 1 week, it was gone. She was like, I've been fighting them for 2 years. So what we need to really focus on, and again, general things like, does it have to be notarized, the documents? It depends. Everything depends. Everything depends on a number of factors. You know how you can go into a car dealership at the end of the month and they're more prone to make a deal with you because they're trying to make their quota? Everybody knows that. You don't go at the beginning of the month, you go at the end of the month. Yeah. Why? Because they're trying to make a deal. There are sometimes with certain companies that you can catch them when their fiscal year is about to close and they don't want any outstanding litigation or arbitrations with anybody on the books. So they have less time to negotiate. So they have less time before the fiscal year closes out for them. And so they'll be more prone to negotiate with you and get it settled. So everything depends. Does that make sense? I don't want us to be so myopic in how we think about things. Do you know what I'm saying? This is my first notification from you in a while. I don't know why that is though, because I've been hibernating. Americans don't go to court. Okay, correct. Law almost has a language of its own. So there's words that only exist in the subject of law, thus rendering the average Joe illiterate to the law. Thank you. Peace and blessings, people. That's nice. I found you, I think. Oh, I said I was gonna put my email and then I completely see. I ought to get ready to leave the information. Let me put this in here for you though, in case it's ceocamille.com. I mean at gmail.com. What's wrong with me? There you go. So yeah, y'all. Excuse me. That's all I have to say. Yeah, and it's not a thing about, I have it highlighted. The only true value is people's energy. There could be a ton of gold in the ground, but it's worthless unless people pull it out. Yes. And people buy products that require gold. And there's, one of my favorite little things is analogies is the acres of diamond. And oftentimes we have like acres of diamond right in our own backyard. Your telephone, it is so mind blowing to me how powerful this little smartphone we have is, how many wonderful things people could use it for. But instead, people are just doing TikToks and commenting, fighting with people in the comments of that they don't even know. Like, I don't understand. Why are you so invested in this dude who thinks all females are fill in the blank? Are you sleeping with him? If you ain't sleeping with him, why you care? What he got to say? Why you care? Okay, the girl is dumb. She thinks all men are dogs. Are you sleeping with her? Okay, let her go on about her life thinking all men are dogs. Okay, the guy thinks all women are gold diggers. Are you sleeping with him? Let him go. Instead, get off the shade room. Get off. And I'm not talking to y'all because y'all are here. But it's just mind blowing. It's just mind blowing. And we have so much work to do, y'all. We really, really do. But a lot of times we give up because we get frustrated because we're not going about it the proper ways. And this stuff is confusing. There's people who are out here who do it right. And then there's people who are out here who see an opportunity for a money grab and they're literally just reading laws, no proof or nothing. You can somewhat tell they don't know, but sometimes we're so desperate and their price point is so cheap, you pay them anyway. And it is mind blowing to me how many people would rather throw away a little money knowing it's a scam versus save for quality knowledge, quality expertise, quality education. They'll be like, well, it was just $27. Well, at least I only lost $97. And I'm just like, wow. I had a bad feeling about him. You know what? Something in my spirit told me but you still paid him? Okay, gotcha. Because I will, oof. I could tell y'all some things, but okay. Um, ooh, an hour and 14 minutes. Alrighty, I think that's it. Again, if you want to tap into me, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. All I want you to do, and I really do mean this with all my heart, y'all, this is not something that you can play with. I in that arbitration group that I'm in, one young lady just helped this woman get her this was sad but happy. She just helped this woman get rid of a debt. This woman had co-signed for her daughter's car, and the daughter is now dead. And the woman had been fighting this company. Like, can you imagine that? You're grieving your child's transition, and then you're fighting their debt at the same time. Like, are you freaking kidding me? And so the other day she posted that she basically like got the lender, the finance company, to back off. They got everything that they demanded. And she just said, yeah, it's another win for me, but the fact that this woman doesn't have to deal with this and she can just grieve her daughter in peace is the biggest win of them all. See, that's what I'm about. Just like my friend who, when I shared with her the information about the secondaries, and she told her son, and she helped her son get it off of his secondary credit report, and he was able to get a house. It's not always about you. Because I got some people like, I got good credit. Well, wonderful for you. But do your cousins, do your children, do your parents, do you like, I don't understand that mentality of I'm good. Because the world is just so much bigger. My world is so much bigger than just me. And hopefully yours is too. I think it's a great feeling when you can help somebody and then it has a ripple effect and they help other people. And if it were more of that going on, we wouldn't find ourselves in certain situations, because trust and believe the system is designed. There's a there's systematic work at play here that's been in place for years to widen the gap between the have and the have-nots. And it is so hard to close that gap when you're exchanging your money for time, and you have to feed your children, you have to feed you, eggs out, prices rising. It is hard. I'm not trying to minimize anybody's situation. Y'all don't even know my situation. It's hard being an employee. It's hard being an entrepreneur. It's hard being married. It's hard being divorced and co-parenting. It's hard. We don't have time to waste time, is my point. Oh, wise lady. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try. Man, this world even sometimes seems like it's been infected with selfishness. I think selfishness is just has a bigger platform before now. You know what I'm saying? Before, all the dumb people, everybody knew them because they could only infect the people in their area. They'd be like, here come Jackass Joe, If you were at the corner store, everybody know, just get in the car, here come Jackass Joe, But now, Jackass Joe got a Facebook page, right? He got a YouTube. He got a TikTok, right? Spreading all the jackassness all around. You know what I'm saying? So there are more good people than bad. It's just that the bad people now have such a public platform. And I'm going to tell y'all this too. The good people, again, they don't spend as much time in energy draining places like the places where you'll find the bad people. Okay? So, like, I know a lot of good men. I know a lot of great women. They're not on the shade room arguing with the red pill community or, city boys up, city girls. They're not arguing with the city boys or the city girls. Because you know why? Because they're grown men and they're grown women. So they don't even use phrases like city girls and city boys. You know what I'm saying? So, the good men that I know that are taking care of their business, taking care of their children, that are good, upstanding men, they never get in the comments and argue with some guy who's like, see, the problem with these chicks is they don't even know what those guys are saying. You know why? Because they're too busy handling their business. Mm-hmm. The guys that I know who would be called a simp, if somebody called them a simp, they wouldn't even care because they'd be like, what are we in middle school? Okay, whatever. So the dumb people, they got all the time in the world. Because they're not making an impact on the world. So it's not that there are more bad people. It's just that they have a bigger platform now, unfortunately. But that's why we've got to drain out. We've got to be the good. We've got to step up. We've got to showcase the good more than these imbeciles. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. It's almost trendy to be crazy these days. It is. And people are doing it for clicks and likes. And like somebody was like, Kim, your channel should have more views. And I said, it's cool. Because the things that most people have to do to get more views, I'm not willing to do. I'd rather have a few people that really rock with me than a whole bunch of people. And it's so crazy because a lot of people who have like huge channels don't even have the engagement there. A lot of these ad companies are finding that out finally now because they're paying big influencers big money and not even seeing a return on their investment. Now, what are they trying to do? Go to the micro influencers. I've had people in my inbox, hey, we like to propose a sponsorship. No, you're not on. No, if it's not something that I'm not for, um, and I'm not, no, I'm not going to sell my soul for a buck. I haven't used your product, so I'm not going to say I have. I haven't. No, I don't even want your product. Like your product doesn't even represent anything having to do with me. So I don't believe it's more good. I don't believe it's more you. Oh, really? You don't? Interesting. Either you rewrote that or that's really how you feel. You don't believe it's more good people than bad. I don't know if you miswrote that or if that's really what you mean. Either way, that's, your opinion. That is so true. Each one teach one to reach one, then perhaps the masses. Exactly. Exactly. I'm in Ohio. I wonder if my power company has arbitration clauses for a billing dispute. Now power companies, utilities, that's something totally different. Um, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. That's something totally different. How you go about them. Um, Power company, no, but a lot of telecom companies do. I just saw AT&T arbitration in one of my groups, and I was like, "Oh, bet." Um, T-Mobile has arbitration as well. So yeah, it just depends. But I'm just saying, arbitration is not something that's talked about, and it should be talked about more because it is a great alternative to litigation. And yeah, as long as you learn about it and take it seriously, then yeah. Alrighty, guys. Y'all done pooped me out. Well, yeah, excuse me. I'm going to start next Wednesday. I believe the time was 7 p.m. And we're going to go through just like an introduction, then talk about how to get bad stuff off of your credit, how to put good stuff back on, and then we're going to end up, the fourth session is going to end up with an introduction from going from credit to like some consumer protection stuff, and also touching on a little bit of the arbitration and litigation. Can I give you every single thing that I've learned at every single mentorship in the last 2 years and paid thousands of dollars in 4 years, in 4 weeks, and like I want class to be an hour. I want the session to be an hour, but it will probably be longer than that because, as y'all can see, I was just on here an hour talking to myself. So imagine, imagine if we were dialoguing, right? So I already know it's probably going to be 2 hours. So 8 hours of my time. Whereas, like I said, I've done power sessions, one-on-one sessions with people, $200 for an hour, and had people pay and be happy. Had some people paying for a half a day, like, I can't do the hour. I remember this one guy, he did a half hour, and then and then when we got to the half hour mark, he was like, hey, what's your Zelle? I need more time. I was like, okay, here you go. And he Zelled me the money. Then he ended up doing an hour anyway, but worked for me. So let me see here. the energy companies here, British Gas, have recorded have recorded the highest profits in 115 years this year, and we have one of the richest men in the country as prime minister. Speaks for itself, y'all. The corruption is so rampant. There are so many things that I have heard. There are so many things that I have seen. Um, uh, let's see. It's so many things that I've heard, and there's so many things that I've seen, y'all. Like I said, and I think it's mostly that people are shamed. They're embarrassed that they let themselves get in certain situations, and it is what it is. Again, just because you may have fallen on hard times and maybe not fulfilled your end of an agreement, it doesn't give someone the right to further knowingly violate you. That's a self-esteem issue. And I get it. I totally get it. I remember years back in DeKalb County, and I lost my job, fell behind on my credit card. Discover will sue you in a heartbeat, boy. They will sue you in a heartbeat. And I was like, I can't go to court. They're probably gonna lock me up on spot. It doesn't work like that, by the way. But I didn't go to court. And so of course they got a default judgment. By the way, not going to court is one of the worst things you can do. But I didn't go to court, and they got a default judgment. And it was all just surrounding my shame. It was my shame, my embarrassment. And y'all, I'm telling you, we get further and further in deeper holes, deeper, darker holes because of shame, embarrassment, and our pride. That's something that the enemy loves to use to manipulate us. But there is strength in numbers. Whatever you are going through, trust me, there's somebody before you who has gone through it and survived, and can probably show you the way if you'll open your mouth up and ask, and if you'll do the work on your end. So yeah, I'm gonna end with that. Before I'm already at an hour and a half. So I'm gonna end with that. And yeah, if I see you in the mentorship, cool. And if I don't, that's cool too. Hopefully it is because you will have invested in somebody else and you'll be on your path elsewhere. Hopefully it's not because you're thinking that you're just going to figure it out on your own, because I'm going to be honest with you. If that's what you think, I'm almost 100% sure you're wrong, because if you could figure it out on your own, chances are you would have by now. Right? Right. Okay. Yeah. You said, uh-oh. Okay. Oh, I don't like my voice. I told y'all I was trying to listen to. Okay. I told y'all I was trying to like make sure that it's a whole production behind the scenes, y'all. Y'all don't even know about it. So yeah, that was me on Facebook. Y'all heard the delay? Told you. Oh, look at our UK partner. It was nice to meet you guys. That's so sweet. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and like the video if you don't mind. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Bye.